INFP men are often some of the most intriguing, complex, and deeply compassionate individuals you'll ever meet. Known as the Mediators in the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI, INFPs make up only a small percentage of the male population. This rarity, combined with their introspective nature, gives them an aura of mystery and depth that's hard to ignore. But what exactly sets INFP men apart? What are the unique traits that make them stand out in a world that often values boldness, assertiveness, and surface-level charm over quiet reflection and authenticity? In this video, we'll dive into 10 defining traits of INFP men, qualities that make them not only unique, but also deeply valuable in friendships, relationships, and society as a whole. Let's get started. 1. They value authenticity. Above all else, at the core of every INFP man is an unwavering commitment to authenticity and truth. They have a strong internal moral compass and live their lives according to their deeply held values. Unlike people who adjust their personality to fit in with different social groups, INFP men refuse to wear a mask. They'll never pretend to be someone they're not, just to gain approval. This authenticity makes them incredibly refreshing to be around. They are unapologetically themselves, even if it means standing apart from the crowd. For an INFP man, genuine connections and honest interactions are non-negotiable. They can easily detect dishonesty, superficiality, or insincerity, and they'll quietly distance themselves from those who lack integrity. Wasi, it's unique. In a world full of social facades and curated online personas, an INFP man's commitment to being real is not just admirable, it's rare. 2. They possess an inner world of rich imagination. INFP men are natural dreamers. Their minds are constantly buzzing with creative ideas, vivid daydreams, and abstract thoughts. Thanks to their introverted feeling, phi, and extroverted intuition and chill functions, they have an incredible ability to see the world not just as it is, but as it could be. This inner world isn't always visible to others, but it's incredibly rich and meaningful to the INFP man. Whether they're writing poetry, composing music, designing characters, or simply daydreaming about alternate realities, their creativity knows no bounds. For many INFP men, art, storytelling, or philosophy become essential outlets for their imaginative minds. Why it's unique? Their ability to see beauty, meaning, and possibility in the smallest details of life gives them a perspective that few others can match. 3. They're deeply compassionate and empathetic. Empathy isn't just a trait for INFP men, it's part of their very essence. They have an extraordinary ability to feel and understand the emotions of others, often sensing pain or joy, even when it's unspoken. This emotional intelligence allows them to connect with people on a profound level. Whether it's a close friend going through a tough time or a stranger in distress, INFP men are naturally inclined to offer support, encouragement, and a listening ear. But this compassion isn't just passive, it often drives them to act. Many INFP men are passionate advocates for causes they believe in. Whether it's social justice, environmental sustainability, or mental health awareness. Why? It's unique. Their ability to genuinely care for others without expecting anything in return is a rare and deeply admirable quality. 4. They have a unique sense of individuality. INFP men march to the beat of their own drum. They aren't driven by societal expectations or conventional definitions of success. Instead, they carve out their own path based on their personal value, passions, and sense of purpose. This individuality often shows up in their style, hobbies, or life choices. Whether it's pursuing a non-traditional career, dressing in a way that reflects their inner personality, or dedicating time to obscure but meaningful interests, INFP men aren't afraid to stand out. They don't seek validation from others because their self-worth comes from within, not from external approval. Why it's unique? Their quiet confidence in being themselves, despite societal pressure to conform, makes them truly one of a kind. 5. They are incredibly loyal. When an INFP man commits to a friendship, relationship, or cause, He's all in. Loyalty is a defining characteristic of this personality type, and it's something they take very seriously. They won't easily abandon someone they care about, and they're willing to stand by their loved ones through thick and thin. INFP. Men value deep, meaningful connections over shallow or transactional relationships, and once they let someone into their inner circle, that bond is hard to break. However, their loyalty isn't given freely. It must be earned. INFP men are selective about who they trust, and once that trust is broken, it's incredibly difficult to rebuild. Why it's unique. In a world where loyalty can often feel conditional, an INFP man's steadfast commitment is both rare and precious. 6. They crave meaning and purpose. For an INFP man, life isn't about wealth, status, or power. It's about meaning and purpose. They are driven by a desire to make a difference, to leave the world better than they found it, and to live a life aligned with their values. This often leads INFP men to careers or passions that allow them to create positive change, whether it's through art, counseling, teaching, or activism. They can't simply go through the motions of life without a sense of fulfillment. If their work or daily routine feels devoid of meaning, they'll quickly become restless and unfulfilled. Why it's unique. Their focus on living a life of purpose, rather than simply chasing societal markers of success, gives them a rare depth of character. 7. They are quietly intelligent. NTPs may be known for their analytical brilliance, but INFP men possess a unique type of intelligence, one that blends creativity, emotional depth, and philosophical insight. They are often deep thinkers who love exploring abstract ideas, moral dilemmas, and existential questions. This intelligence isn't always showcased through loud debates or flashy displays of knowledge. Instead, it reveals itself in quiet conversations, thoughtful reflections, and beautifully articulated thoughts. They aren't interested in proving their intelligence to others. They simply enjoy learning, growing, and expanding their minds. Why it's unique. Their intelligence isn't just intellectual, it's emotional, creative, and deeply reflective. 8. They're often misunderstood. INFP men frequently feel like outsiders in a world that often celebrates extroversion, assertiveness, and quick decision-making. Their introspective nature, emotional depth, and preference for meaningful conversations can make them seem aloof or overly idealistic to others. They might struggle to find people who truly understand them, leading to feelings of isolation or loneliness. But despite this, INFP men remain committed to their authentic selves. Those who take the time to understand them, however, often discover a warm, loyal, and deeply thoughtful individual hiding beneath the surface. Why it's unique. Their willingness to stay true to themselves, even when misunderstood, speaks to their quiet inner strength. 9. They have an artistic soul. Many INFP men are naturally drawn to creative outlets, writing, painting, music, film, or poetry. They use art not just as a hobby, but as a way to express their inner thoughts and emotions. Their creative work often carries a deep emotional resonance, touching on universal themes like love, loss, and hope. Whether they share their art with the world or keep it private, creativity is often an essential part of an INFP man's life. Why it's unique. Their artistic expressions often reveal profound truths about the human experience, leaving a lasting impact on those who encounter them. 10. They see the world differently. NFP men have a unique lens through which they view life. They see beauty where others see ordinary, meaning where others see randomness, and hope where others see despair. This perspective allows them to inspire others, challenge societal norms, and dream of a better future. They are the quiet visionaries, the idealists who remind us that a more compassionate, thoughtful world is possible. Why it's unique. Their ability to see beyond the surface and focus on deeper truths gives them an almost poetic way of interacting with life. INFP men are some of the most unique, compassionate, and introspective individuals out there. From their commitment to authenticity and emotional depth to their creativity and loyalty, They bring something truly special to every interaction and relationship. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of INFP men, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Are you an INFP man, or do you know one? Share your thoughts. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.